Today, I am here to announce the beginning of a new project called the Six-Man Spotlight. The Spotlight is an interview-style podcast in which I will be interviewing established six-man football coaches on the intricacies and details of their scheme and culture that is unique to the world of six-man football. And, with this announcement, I want to provide a little bit of the why to go along with this. In mid-December, we had another staff come to visit with us. They wanted to hear about what we do on offense and defense. They just wanted to sit down and talk, and we were able to share with them a little bit. Our offensive coordinator, Coach Travis Robinson, went first. He's really well prepared, put together a great presentation, went up there and crushed it. But it gets to be my turn. I go up there to speak. I'm much less prepared than Coach Robinson for whatever reason. And I start off my presentation with a question. Just, hey, what do you guys want to see? What do y'all want to hear about? And what these guys told me shocked me a little bit. And what they said was, we need a lot of help on defense. We're borderline clueless on defense. The only thing we have ever seen about six-man football defense is your videos that you post on YouTube. And that took me back quite a bit. It's a little bit of a pride thing, but my first thought was, yes, nice, right? One of the reasons why I even started posting stuff is I felt like nobody else was and somebody should. So let me just hit record and see what happens. And that's been a lot of fun and that's been rewarding to do. But on second hand, the more I thought about it, there was also this feeling of, oh my gosh, I need to make sure the stuff that I'm posting out into the internet is high quality information, right? I've got a bit of a responsibility to make sure the stuff I put out there is quality, it's worthwhile, it's useful to coaches. And as the more I've sort of chewed on that, and I love that, I'm excited about that, but it is to a certain level disappointing. It's a reminder that we need more content in six-man football. I want to help grow this game. And the reality is there is a wealth of untapped knowledge of coaches across the state and even beyond when it comes to six-man football. And that is what the Spotlight is going to help me to accomplish. I want to give a spotlight. I want to give a platform for these talented six-man football coaches to share with you guys what it is they do, to give details, to get into the scheme, to get into like the small school specific issues that we deal with. And I can't wait to share those conversations with you guys. And so that leads us to here. I've already begun taking steps towards making this happen. I've reached out to a number of guests. I've already recorded a couple episodes that I'm starting to work on editing and putting together. And I've just been overwhelmingly happy with the receptiveness of the coaches I've reached out to. This is kind of out of left field. This is a whole new program that I'm sort of throwing at them, and they've just jumped in head first and been excited about it. And I just want to say to those guys I've reached out to, thank you guys so much. I can't wait to just put our conversation together and put it out there to the world. On a personal level, my biggest fear in doing any of this is being seen as some sort of know-it-all or trying to people get the impression that maybe I'm marketing myself as some guru, some know-it-all. And guys, I want to be completely clear. I'm here to grow the game. I am here to put resources out there for coaches. I think of myself where I would be without the internet when I was a young coach. I learned so much from people that I didn't even know out there on the internet. And I feel like our game deserves the same type of platform. And, I'm going to keep making YouTube videos. I like doing it, and some of them are going to be goofy, and some of them are going to get straight to business, but it's my hope that the YouTube content that I put together for free out there is stuff that you guys will find fun, it's stuff that you guys will find useful. And in addition to that, I'm going to keep making long-form paid content. That is stuff that it was really sort of the genesis of all of this, that I wanted to put together long, multi-hour coaching materials. And man, that was a blast last year. And I'm going to continue to do that. The feedback I've gotten on that has been exclusively positive. And, I have no aspirations of getting rich putting that stuff together, guys. But man, it's a lot of fun. I get to take my wife to dinner sometimes. It's a win-win. And, as I start to wrap this up, we'll make one final announcement. February 2nd, that's a Monday, I'm going to post the very first episode of the Six-Man Spotlight. And that is going to be a conversation with Jayton head football coach Josh Stanaland. Coach Stanaland and I dive into the Jaybird passing attack, and specifically Coach Stanaland's favorite concept, the option concept. We're going to go into a full install of it. We're going to look at variations of the option play and even how they drill it in their practices. And I'll tell you what, why don't we check out a quick clip from that episode right now?
There was a play this year when we played Benjamin. We ran a tailback option, and I was on our tailback this year, not to throw the ball, tuck it and go. And I'd been on him kind of all night, and we run option left, and he rolls out and it finds the Y deep on the backside for a big touchdown. And he comes over and kind of winks at me and says, "Just trust me, coach." We obviously have coaching points, but at the same time, you gotta let your dudes be dudes.
Well, guys, it is my goal to put together as much high-quality six-man football content as I can over the next 6 months. And guys, I can't wait for you to be there right along with me while I accomplish just that. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.